Welcome to the Next Level TV program. Listen, I'm always blessed every Sunday because to me, I'm learning every Sunday. I don't know about you. The Next Level TV program gives you all the summary of the book that you are going to read. And we give you the bullet points that can change your life. All the things you need in 1 hour, don't go and learn it in 6 months. We give you in 1 hour. And that's what we are here. We invest in experts, people who are very good in their field, excellent in what they do, to come and inspire you for you to achieve your dreams. Today is no exception, and it's another powerful discussion. And as the host, you will ask me, what topic are we going to discuss? We are going to discuss how to create a culture of help in our society today. And who is here to help me to do this? This is the person that I have known for some time. Her resilience to really help other people is beyond measure. She is an established financial advisor, a certified business analyst, an author of best-selling book, The Giant Within Us. She is a transformational speaker, the founder of Lift Effect. You know, her credential speaks about it all. And who is in the hot seat? She is Sandra Nelson. Please welcome to Zip TV, and you are on the Next Level TV program.
I'm happy to be here.
I know. I think your viewers would like to hear your voice very well, so you have to really big up your voice so that they can hear you. Yeah. Sandra, there is a lot written over there. How do you manage your time?
How do I manage my time?
Yeah, because there's a lot. You know, I read a little bit about your bio, and I just wonder how you manage family with all this.
Time, you see, first of all, I'd like to say a very big thank you for all the viewers out there by taking our time to listen to us. Thank you. You manage your time by setting priorities. You prioritize what's important, and I believe that this is how we are sort of naturally designed to be able to do so many things without leaving anything out of it. And then when you give attention to every single thing, it becomes your lifestyle. Your passion becomes your lifestyle. Then you don't feel so much pressure. You don't feel like you're doing too much because you've made it your lifestyle. Wow. So it just falls into place with what you do. Wow.
This program always starts with the motivational quote of the day. And our motivational quote of the day is by Vera Nazarian, who is an author. What did she say? She says, a fine glass vase goes from treasure to trash the moment it is broken. Fortunately, something else happens to you and me. Pick up your pieces, then help me gather mine. Does this happen in our world today? That people gather their pieces and they help you to also gather yours? This is in relation to the topic we discussed, how to create a culture of wealth, help in our society today.
You see, you could look at it. There's a way you can look at it. When, first of all, before we could even dive into that, you have to ask yourself, what is help? People need to have an understanding of what help is. Without having an understanding of what help is, it's difficult for you to be able to create a culture. And what is a culture? Culture is not building. Culture, the people are the culture. And just like you can, it's just when you have a child, you train your child the way the child should go. You culture the child. That's the same way in an environment, in a culture where we live today. It's a matter of creating that culture of help. You can't say, yeah, fine. There are a lot of things that attribute to why you could say there's sort of a diminishing return in the culture of help because of the things people hear, because of the things people hear on TV, because of the things people hear on radio, because of the things people read. So in as much as the culture of help is there, but because of the things people read and see, they are not encouraged. So we should be looking at how the media should actually sort of wither down on the things they report, you know, on the things that create fear. And when it creates fear, it doesn't encourage people to actually help, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
So as much as it's still there, because they train up a child the way when they grow up, they will not depart from it. It's still there. But just that there are some things attributing to why people are not actually helping as they should, but it's still there. The question is, how do we bring out this culture? Is by changing the people's mentality to know that this is very important.
But you know what? Our society is living in isolation, especially those of us living in the Western world. For instance, people nowadays don't even know their next, they don't know by their names. And this is what is happening in our culture today, especially in the UK where we are living, right? People don't even stand to say hello. It's like they wave and they run to chase the bus. Our life is on the fast lane. Why do you think our society is living in isolation?
When you're saying that the society is living in isolation, then again, I said it earlier, society is the people. The people make the society. But then again, there's some elements that attribute to that. You're looking at lack of trust. You hear a lot of news out there. They're saying that there's so many news. When was the last time you heard positive news out there?
No.
So, you know,
I don't even listen to news
you
anymore.
So the things, people are controlled by the things they hear, and people are controlled by the things they see. You know, for instance, I've had an experience with lightning. So somehow when I see lightning, because of what I have seen, it sort of affects. So people are controlled by what they see. And if they see positive things, if they see what we want them to see, then they will react differently. So when you say people are rushing, it's down to the individuals as well. Like I said, society is about the people. So people are scared of the next door. Even my mom used to tell me, back in the days, when you move into a new place, your neighbor will knock with some pastries and say, I've got something, you know, I've got something for you. So you didn't used to hear a lot of news, bad news in the media. We need to water down, we need to sort of water down what the media reports. I have a friend who runs the Positive newspaper. It's about trying to bring the positivity in the mainstream.
Changing the image.
Changing the image. So there are a lot of good things happening there. The media can actually encourage, by reporting these things, to encourage the culture of helping and reaching out to one another. Like I said earlier, what is help? Do people actually have an understanding of help? Help simply means that you're able to identify a need and you reach out to help. Because if you haven't identified a need, you won't see anyhow you could help. You have to be able to identify there's a need here. So you see your next door neighbor that is always, let me use something as simple as, doesn't really smile. Of course, there's a need there that this person needs a smile. So what do you have to do? You're always smiling. You need to know that you will not offer your smile as help to that person. So it starts with identifying there's a need and then meeting the need. There's no business that will survive without meeting a need. In fact, for the vision and the mission of Lift Effect is being able to know that there is no vision, there is no purpose, there is no dream without, there is no passion, there is no success without actually identifying a need and meeting the need. If your passion, your vision, your mission, your purpose is not about helping people, sorry to say, you're just setting yourself up to fail.
But do you know what? We're talking about culture, right? And culture basically is the way of life of the people.
It's the way of life
of the people.
Of people.
Now, is it because of the circumstances of what is happening? For instance, gang crime, rape, other negative connotations in our society. For instance, if we take the train now, right? And going to work in the morning, I don't know if everybody is stressed, but it's becoming our culture where everybody, just the head is down, engrossed in their phone or tablet, reading a newspaper to cover their face. There's not even smile on our faces. So how can I bridge that to really give help if everybody is engrossed in themselves? You know, we are building a culture that I think it can explode over time.
You see, with the internet, with all these things, the world is getting smaller. And like you said, when people on the train, it's easier for them to pretend they're reading something, so to avoid saying hello or to avoid eye contact. But you see, we could actually start something. You know, you can have a plan to say, okay, in 10 years from now, this is the culture we want to, it's about reculturing. This is the culture we want to have. So if we have like a plan to say, but it starts from somewhere, we say, you know what, even yourself and myself, we say, you know, we're going to change the culture. Yes, a lot of people pretend to be reading, pretend to be on their iPhone, pretend to be doing one thing or the other because of the things they've heard on the train.
Exactly.
So we can start something, you know. It starts from, charity begins at home.
Yeah.
So when we enter the train, we could say, you know what, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to say hello to somebody. I'm going to say, how are you doing? So, I mean, I remember back in the days when you come into a train, the guy stands up for you to sit down. Now, they could even see that you're pregnant.
They don't mind.
They're not moving, you know. I remember one time I was going to work and I saw this pregnant lady. She stepped onto the train and they were all looking at her. I had to literally walk up to one of the guys and say, can't you see she's pregnant? Get up for her, let her sit down. And he looked at me and said, yeah, I'm talking to you. You need to let her sit down. So we need to be bold to do the right thing.
This is what people don't want to do in our world today. People don't want to confront anybody. In the same scenario, I was in a train going to Stratford sometime, and this young guy was in the train, and he woke up for an elderly man to sit down. You know what the man said? He was like, I never thought there were so many nice people in London, because the man was shocked. Very young guy, for him to do that, because he thought it doesn't exist in our society. But on the hindsight, from what you are saying, people don't want to go to that level because I think the experiences they are seeing from the media and all that you're talking about. So don't those people, don't they have a reason?
You know,
I'm putting you in the corner.
I know you're trying to put me in a corner, but I still believe it doesn't, you know, there's this saying, it says that evil prevails because good men don't want to do anything. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to work so much to fit into the crowd. You can decide to be different. This is what makes you great. When you decide to be different. And being great is not what makes you great. It's not even about, it's nothing but being able to help somebody. So we need more people like you and I and many other people out there to begin to speak up, to begin to help, to recreate that culture, to make people believe that, yes, our society is still, there's still that culture of help. People want to help. I don't believe that people don't want to help, but they just need to see some other people. Like, people can actually emulate what we do.
Like what the guy did.
Yes, if they see somebody else doing it, they're encouraged to do it. And if it starts from, you know, charity begins, it starts from somewhere. If the viewers out there, you're listening to me, we can start something alone. There's a limit to how far we can alone. We can run fast, but together, collectively, we can start a campaign that would last and outlive us. And we know that we've left a legacy of the culture of help, knowing that if somebody sees your child or your daughter or your son being harassed on the streets, you know that somebody can stand up for your child. Yes, we've had cases of rape and all. That's why people are scared. That's why that coach, sometimes you offer help. You see somebody harassing somebody on the streets, on the bus, you want to help. Somebody would want to stab you. But that shouldn't deter us from doing what we are meant to do. We have a responsibility to preserve the earth. We have that responsibility. Each and every one of us, we have that responsibility. And if we don't do something about it, who's going to do something? We have to start from somewhere, you know?
It's a very good point that you are making, because if you sit back and you are waiting for another person to start. How can we start? So you are telling us that we all need to start from somewhere.
Yes.
Powerful.
We have to start from somewhere. Look at Martin Luther King. What if he had folded his arms and sat down and said, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. But he knew that he had to do something. Even if it meant him dying. But you cannot, a man with a vision cannot be killed. You can kill him, but his vision lives on. So he did something.
You know, I have a friend who posts on politic issues on Facebook. And this guy stopped for some time because I like reading his articles because it's just very simple by bullet points, you know. So one day this guy put it on Facebook, I've stopped all this, you know, because it's not making any difference. The government is doing the same thing. And I just inboxed him and I said, listen, I love reading your stories, your articles. So don't stop, continue. The fact that we don't like it or we don't say anything about it, it doesn't mean that we are not reading. And I told him, if Mandela have given up, would that be still apartheid? Somebody needs to start. And he said, yes, I'm going back.
Yes.
You know? So I think it's a great point that you are making. Yes. But you've made some point that I want to reiterate on. You said something about it starts from what? Us.
It starts from us.
Charity begins at home. Do you think we are not inculcating the culture of help in our children these days? That's why all these things is happening. Because when I was growing up, when my mom sees a friend or something who is carrying something, you tell me to go and help the person and take it home. Yes. These days, it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Is that the reason?
I wouldn't say that because some may not be doing does not mean others are not doing it. I mean, have you got kids?
Yeah.
I've got kids and I tell them,
so
I won't, yes. So I tell them, you need to help. So it's what you instill in them. So I wouldn't generalize in that area because a lot of parents, they feel whichever way they're bringing up their child, they feel they're doing the best for their child. But it's important, if you're watching us out there and you're listening, it's important you train your kids on develop that culture of help. It's so important. You know, because my mom...
Can you lift up your voice a little bit?
Okay, because my mom...
Can you lift up your voice a little bit? Because I think they cannot hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, so lift up your voice.
I'm sorry about that. What I'm saying is this. It's our responsibility to actually instill that culture of help in our children. I do the same with my children. And I remember my mom saying something all the while. She says, as I help other kids, so will other people help my children. So it's reciprocal. When you're not doing what you're doing because of the immediate reward, you're doing what you're doing because you know it is good to instill the culture of help. You know, we could do so much. I am passionate about help. We could do so much. It doesn't matter, even if it's one person you're reaching. You may be, you know, there's so many ways to help. It's not, and the reason why we're saying that the culture of help is very important because it's what makes us great. It makes us great. It makes businesses to stand. It helps our society, our environment. You know, the world is waiting for people like us, the manifestation of people like us, to tell the world there's still hope. You can still hope again. You can still believe that in this world there are people out there that can help. I am one, you're one, and the people watching, you're one. In case you're not one, from today, you start looking for how you can help.
Powerful, powerful. I want to make this point clear, right? Our rules and regulations, right?
Yeah.
For instance, I read in a newspaper sometime that somebody tried to help a disabled person who was in a wheelchair falling down, and he helped him up onto the wheelchair and all that. But I think there was a bit of a damage to the person, the disabled person. And it came in the news that, listen, the guy did not use health and safety measures by the company that he works for. So this guy was suspended. Do you think these things deter people from helping other people? Because I've seen scenarios where people fall down and everybody walk past them. You know, it's sad, but these are the reality.
I kind of understand where you're coming from, but then again, we can't overlook the rules and regulations. I kind of understand where you're coming from, but we can't overlook rules and regulations because they're put in place to help the society. But then the question here is this, is sometimes just like if you want to be a plumber, you want to be a doctor, or you want to be a lawyer, all these professions, they are there to help. But you can't suddenly wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to treat somebody who is not feeling well, because you're not qualified to do that. But you go to school and you spend all these years because you want at the end to be able to help the society better. So the rules and regulations are there to help. So maybe what we could also look at is them in the companies and corporations and organizations is to enlighten people and train people on how to help better. Because somebody who is not properly trained to be a doctor, in as much as he wants to start stitching somebody up, will end up killing the person. And unfortunately, the world we live in, ignorance is not an excuse.
No, never.
So it's training. Maybe probably in some organizations, they need to offer more training so that they could help better.
You know, there's a difference, right? Knowing that you need help and knowing that I don't need help. You see, how can people detect? Because I think people make the difference out. Because if Sandra is there and I feel that Sandra looks happy, but no, Sandra needs help, or Sandra looks down today, then I can say, oh, Sandra, do you need help? How can people make the balance? Because I think these are some of the things that's also preventing people from trying to, give the help that they need,
I understand where you're coming from. But when it comes to finding out, does that person need help? How can I help? Sometimes some people don't know how to ask.
Yeah.
But just like if you see, let me use this example. If you see a pregnant lady who comes onto the bus, she doesn't need to ask, and everybody's sitting down. Instantly, you know this lady needs help. All you need to do is, there's a primary stage and there's a secondary stage. The primary stage is, I'm not too sure I want to get up from my seat, but let me just sound nice. Do you need to sit down? No. And the lady says, no, thank you. But then there's a higher level where this lady is pregnant. I'm going to stand so she can sit. You stand up and say, can you have a seat, please? She doesn't need to shout that she needs help. You see, it's what is help? It's being able to identify a need. Somebody doesn't have to tell you. You identify a need. You could just call up. You see, you know what? You see something that is happening. You see there's a radio station. You see there's a TV station. You see there's a program. There's a conference, whatever going on. You ask yourself, I want to be a part of it. Maybe you're listening to me say, I want to be a part of this television station you're looking at. You could say, you know what, I'm going to offer my help. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm going to support.
Zip Multimedia.
I'm going to support. That's help. I want to, because this TV has blessed me so much. I want to support. How much do they need every month to keep this going? That's the help we're talking about. Everybody needs help. There's no organization that doesn't need help. Exactly. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because you are in that level where you do a lot of event organizations, and you really need help.
Everybody needs help. It doesn't matter the level where you belong to. You need help. Be it a bank, be it everybody, everybody needs help. You don't get to a point and say, no, I don't need help. You need help. You are starting a company. As you keep growing, you need personnel, you need resources. Everybody needs help. It depends on the type of help you need, and it depends on the level where you are, but everybody needs help
in one way or the other.
So you have to ask, how can I get involved? How can I help? It's important.
So people should go out of their way sometimes and offer the help.
If you want to be great, you need to begin to start helping. That's the secret to greatness. How can I help? Other than that, you can't be great. What legacy are you going to leave behind? What legacy? Because the greatest legacy you can leave is the legacy knowing that you have helped somebody else to become greater than you. Greater works than this shall you do. I want people that will do greater works that I have done.
I was reading a book, and it says everybody that starts a business and thinks about making money are not successful, but they should think about the help that business is going to offer to people, and that's where the money comes in. So it's not about the money you want, but it's about the mentality of helping people to make their life easier.
Exactly.
So you are right on point.
You know, let me, I've heard a lot of people say opportunity comes but once. I don't agree with that, because opportunity comes opportunity comes but once is for those people that cannot identify needs and meet it. Mm-hmm. But your business is to go on with identifying needs, and I tell you, opportunities will always keep knocking on your door. Powerful. But we need to help.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. I'm getting blessed, From today, I think when I'm taking the bus home, I'm going to offer somebody a seat, because it's a great thing you are teaching us. And some of these things, because the society have changed, sometimes you just go with the flow, that this is what is happening. So sometimes you even forget to really offer that help, because I've been in the bus or training classes where I've seen pregnant women sometimes standing, So it's really a good point. But the point is, we'll be going for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to continue our discussion. Listen, the second segment is going to be more powerful. Don't keep all this information to yourself, because if another person hears what we are saying, it's going to help the society in general. So please call somebody to listen to the second segment of the program, and that is what we are here for. We are here to create a culture of help. Please stay tuned and don't change the dial. As usual, this is your regular host, Oscar Bimpong, in a driving seat, taking you to your destination of success. What a wonderful discussion that we are having here. And I always tell you, I'm learning every day. There's almost different topics every Sunday, and I am always learning. And these are some of the things we want to bring to you, to bring a difference in your lives. You have to make a difference. Don't follow the status quo. The status quo is what is existing today and everybody is following. Be different. The fact that everybody is following doesn't mean that it's the right thing. But if you believe it's the wrong thing, make a difference. Try and start in your own small way. Sometimes you want to start from the top, but it's always better to start from the bottom, moving your way upwards, making a difference. Let me tell you, recognition always comes when you make that difference. And as you continue to persist and persevere, there will be that good recognition that will help you to achieve your dream. And what are we here for? I always tell you who is in the hot seat. I know she knows it all for the topic we're going to discuss, how to create a culture of help in our society. And this woman knows it all. She is an expert in that field. Sandra Nelson, please welcome back to Zip TV, and you are on the Next Level TV program.
I'm happy to be back again.
It's so coincidental. When I saw your program that is coming up, is it on the 6th of September, right?
6th of September.
And it's also dubbed the Next Level. What a coincidence. And you are on the Next Level TV program. What's the idea behind that? Because I was telling one of my colleagues, Ferdinand, that you are part of this Next Level TV show, and I'm a Next Level TV host, and I'm not part of it. What's the idea behind that?
It's you're already part of it.
I'm already part of it here for now.
I remember when I saw it, it was like, Next Level, is there a Next Level TV going on? Yes, indeed, there is. The idea behind it is nothing. It's nothing new, because there is always a next level. Even Zip TV, there's always a next level.
Yes.
For each and every one of us individuals, there's always a next level. But it has to do more with our mentality, because there'll be a mentality change. That's what they need for this next level, not just mentality change. Maybe you're doing business, whatever area you find yourself, there's always a next level. Some people, probably you're out there, you don't even know what the next level is for you. Or some people, you already know what the next level is, but there's always a next level. You don't get to a level and say, yes, I have arrived. Even some of the mega big mobile companies. They bring out this phone.
The next
there's always a next level. There's always a next level.
Yeah.
There's always a next level. So on the 6th of September, next level. It's just exactly what the name says, the title, the theme, the next level. Literally, you will be lifted and transformed to the next level. I guarantee you that.
Where is it held?
It's happening at the Jury's Inn Hotel in Croydon. It's starting at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. sharp, yeah, on the 6th of
11 a.m.
September.
sharp, but you have to register. It's really by registration. You have to register.
And where can they register? They
can register on our website. The information is there, www.lifteffects.org.
Cool. Yeah.
The link to register is there. When you go on the website, click on events and then click on the button there to register. You will be able to register. But make sure you're there. I am telling you, you will literally be moved to the next level. And you know what happens with all the conferences, events that we organize is that it's not a motivational conference. It's a transformational. It's where literally while you're there, you are lifted and transformed, and you begin to think. Your mind is opened up to think.
You wake up.
There's you know, the giant within you. It's rising up to think of my next level.
Powerful.
I tell you, powerful speakers.
Because the next level, for me, after today's program, I'm going to sit down and watch it within the week. I'm watch it like 3-4 times, learn where I need to really improve, where I think I was doing good, and where I was doing worse. So every time I want to move to the next level as a TV host, and that is what we need to learn. I was telling Ferdinand, I think the last week's show, he called me and you could hear our discussion on the background. I said, this is about my 5th time of watching it, because I'm always trying to learn to improve myself as a TV talk show. And that's what I do every single week. So you are on a certain level. How do you make that step to go to the next level? It's about learning, doing the things that will make the difference in your life. But if you sit down, you are going to live in that comfort zone. You know, I think we are digressing a little bit. Let's come back to the culture of health.
I just wanted to add that there are many ways you could actually learn, and coming for such conferences, there's something it does to you. I tell you, there's something it does to you. So you can't just sit at home. If you sit at home and not come out, there's that step of coming out. Then you see what others. You can't benchmark yourself with yourself. No. You have to listen to others to see. You begin to benchmark yourself. So back to.
I remember when I traveled for the first time and I could benchmark where I was coming from to where I am now, and I realized that, man, life was really difficult at some time in life. But let's go on. Now the culture of help. Now you could see that NGOs, right, charitable organizations, right, have taken the mandate to help our society. Do you think what they are doing have caused people to sit back and say, okay, these people can do the jobs that we have to do?
I wouldn't say that, because just like Tesco's slogans, every little helps.
Every little helps.
So there are many ways to help.
You know, you need to up your voice.
There are many ways to help. Many ways. If the NGOs are helping, if the charities are helping, individuals should also be encouraged to help.
Lift up your voice a little bit, because probably we had some feedback in terms of
Okay, if NGOs are helping, charities are helping, remember that we need more people to help. What's the population of people in the world? So they're even not doing that much. But can you imagine if one person should help the next person and another person should help the next person? What would happen? It's a win-win for everybody, because when I help you, you help the next person, and that person helps the next person. It's the whole world wins, because we've all added value to it. So it's everybody is required to help. Yes, the NGOs are doing, the charities are doing what they can do, but individually we can do what is within our power to do. and then everybody helps.
You see, there is this system of today. Sandra is trying to do this in terms of maybe helping the needy in society, children with disability and all that. And Sandra doesn't get anything in terms of good remarks from people. You know, don't you think it's something that's bringing people down? Because it's like you want somebody to tell you, Sandra, you are doing a great thing, keep on doing it. You want another person to also inspire you and say, don't give up on what you are doing. But now we are living in a society where people just sit back and watch you, and they want to even see whether you can even make it, so that they will tell you, we told you so.
You're right. You're very right. But when you live your life, you don't live it for what people would say. And when you start to do something, you're not doing it because you want to receive thank you. You're doing it because there's a popular man that says, in the Bible, says he encouraged himself. David encouraged himself. So you get to that point, you know the things, you've written down the things you want to do. I want to help, whether people acknowledge it or they don't acknowledge it. But there's something, there's a fulfillment that's when you help brings. There's a fulfillment. It's that fulfillment that it gives me that I am more than happy to carry on. Yes, some people appreciate it. Some people may not appreciate it. But, you know, I always say, you know, just like the politicians. A politician, even when he knows that his party may not be as strong as Labour or Conservatives, but the first vote, he knows he will not win that election. But he first of all vote for himself. So it doesn't matter. Even if there's one vote, that vote is for the politician. So whatever you've made up your mind to do it because it is right. Do it because you have chosen to. Many people will not say thank you. But this is what you've chosen to do, and it gives you fulfillment. And there's somebody you're putting a smile on their face. At least you're making the world a better place. Keep doing it. Don't look at what people will say. Afterwards, they will follow.
Because, you know, I've got a bit of experiences in this, right? And the point is, for instance, this is my program. It was called The Platform, right? And now it's on TV. It was on radio. It was called The Platform. Now it's on the next level. Wow. And it's on TV, right?
Next level.
When I started, I was discussing with somebody that I thought it was going to give me encouragement. I told him, listen, this is what I want to do. This is my passion. I just want to talk about success, how people can be prosperous and all that. And this person came to me and he said, are you that successful to talk about success? Don't you think some of these things kill the spirit in people to give that help? Because now these things that somebody told me is happening around us. People are always giving negative remarks to people, which really brings them down. How can you lift up the souls of people to do these things in the right way?
Like I said so. Some people don't understand what success is all about. People don't understand the success. They think that success is when you've acquired a lot of assets, you've acquired a lot of list of properties. The thing is that being successful is the mind. Because it bubbles, you know you're successful because you have something to give to people. I'm sorry that your friend doesn't understand. Maybe you have to re-educate your friend on what success is. Success is not, I say, success is about having a heart that is filled with love and with the compassion to help and make somebody better, to help somebody. That is what a true success is. True success is not about assets. Hear me loud and clear. True success is about helping. You've got to help someone to become great. And what does greatness mean? It means to serve. Not, you know, is it okay if I say this? You know, Jesus said, I did not come to be served, but to serve. He came to serve. That is true greatness. If you will be great, you have to serve. The one who serves is the greatest. The one who helps is the greatest. If you want to be great, you have to start learning how to practice on how to help. God has given you a smile. God has given you a shoulder. He's giving you everything. And that thing He's giving you is for you to be able to help. How can you help? How can you help? You have some, don't say I can't help. I don't have money. There's so many ways you can help. If you don't have money, you can talk about this TV, you can talk about Zip TV, you can share it, you can talk about it, tell people to tune on, tell people to get involved. Yes, you may not have money to give, but there are many ways you can get involved. Be an ambassador. Shout it out there. I believe everybody has got, I'm so passionate about help. Everybody has got something to help. Your £1 can go a long way. Even the charities out there, they depend on people like us to be able to stay on. So even 50p, even 1 pence. Can you imagine 1 billion people giving 1 pence?
There's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money. We can help. Everybody has got an ability to help. So for you to be great, for you to be somebody, you have to begin to help. Even a business cannot survive. It's about identifying, like you said earlier, you have to identify a need for a business to survive. If you cannot identify a need, that business is there to fail.
I'm learning, I'm really on the track, and I'm trying to come up with my questions from a different angle, why people are not helping. But I think you are giving me too much of the right answers, and this is a really great point that you are really raising. That some people think to help is about giving out money.
It's about giving out money.
It's not about giving out money. It's about trying to do things. There's so many ways you can.
There's so many ways
to help.
There's so many ways you can help.
And you said earlier on, even a smile.
A smile. There's so many ways you can talk about it. You can talk about. Oh, there's so many ways. I believe that we've all been born great, and for your greatness to come out, you have to be able to help. Martin Luther is great because he helped. You talked earlier on about Mandela. Mandela is able to be great. We hear about because he helped what other people couldn't dive into. He was able to do that. And we cannot, a friend of ours was saying something about if you want to die empty, you have to give out
all that's within you.
So we can help. If you're listening to us right now, I want you to begin to think about how can you help. If this TV channel you've been watching has been a great, it has empowered you, has helped you, has touched you in many ways, you could help. Even your £1 can go a long way.
Exactly.
£1 a month can go a long way, honestly.
To sustain the next level TV program.
Honestly.
Yes.
Next level, as you're watching, as we are having this discussion, I am being elevated to the next level. There's always a next level.
Exactly. I want you to talk about briefly leadership. Because leadership in our world today is more of a servant-master relationship. But leadership to me should be a servant-servant relationship. Do you think we have really missed it in terms of leadership, in terms of people trying to impact on other people rather than trying to serve to help?
You see, leadership.
Yeah, just briefly.
Leadership, you lead by example. You lead people to do what you're doing. If you lead people in the wrong way, they will copy exactly the same thing. So I'm appealing to leaders out there. You have to begin to think about how you can help. A great leader is one that serves. And you can serve. You're not there to lord yourself over. You're there to serve. For somebody to be great, you have to serve. And you have to bring people up, to lead people to become greater than you. Someone will be watching me, what is she talking about? I tell you, a good leader will always lead people to become greater than them. That is what makes a good leader. People are not there to say, Sama. No, that's not what leadership is. You have to literally lead people, mentor them, so that they can become bigger and greater than you. That is your legacy. That is your legacy, that when you leave this world, you have left this world a better place. That's a great leader is a great steward. In other words, what it means is that you're leaving this world better than you met it. You've contributed. You've done something to make it better. Thank you.
This is very powerful. Listen, your last word to the viewers.
Wow, we've already come to the end of it.
Exactly.
I'm really
Time runs so quick when it is a very good topic.
Yes. What I would like to say is, we are all very extraordinary people. And to become extraordinary, it's not about what you have, how many, it's not about a person's glory. It's not about an individual fame. To become great, to become extraordinary, is about making a difference, is about helping. We can all create that culture of help. I mean, you're watching me, you're listening to me, you could hear my heartbeats. It's about helping people. And when you help people, you become extraordinary. You become great. Thank you.
Listen, I've loved this. From today, I'll go out there and make a difference. I know you've also learned something. Our world today is full of unpatriotic people, people who are sitting on the fence. But today I want you to get off the fence and start doing something different. Do something that will put a smile on somebody's face. Create a culture of help in your home. People that you meet, give a helping hand to somebody, and we're all going to live in a happy world. You think somebody is sitting there asking, this is not possible. Listen, everything is possible if you start. You yourself, you start. Let's make a difference today. Let's create a culture of help in our society. And all of us are going to live happily here. Next Sunday will be another powerful topic where we are going to talk about how to be resilient in pursuing your dreams. And let me tell you, it's going to be a powerful discussion. You cannot afford to miss this topic, because for you to succeed, you need to be resilient. And next week, 5 p.m. UK time, just be here with me. And let me tell you, I'm here to tell you that you're going to have a blessed week. See you soon next week, and have a blessed week. Thank you very much.